Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. You have to excuse the woodpecker noises in the background. Men at work. I think somebody's doing more hammering next door. I've just had one of those YaY moments that you don't get very often, especially the more you look at and handle your plants, the less surprises you get. But after the discussion of the not too clever Cattleya at the show, I just wanted to show that spike. Yeah? Do you think that's going to need staking? Is it hell? That's what Cattleyas ought to do, really, even though those are going to be large blooms. That stem is thick, bolt upright, completely self-supporting. Now come on, we need the blooms. Anyway, sidetracked, as usual. As I've got this white Vanda down, we can have a closer look now, because it's not going to look like this for long. Literally, it's the plainness of the petals and sepals does not last long before the tessellations form. You can see signs of them already. So this is the only time when it looks this lovely creamy white colour. And that's a really delicate purple lip on this one. But while I was... Hang on, let me just move that or I'm going to knock the spike. Getting in my own way here at the moment. You can go over there for now, while we reveal the YaY moment. Just putting the purple one back up, and as I put it up, I looked at the top of the spike on my Psychopsis, which I believe I've lost. There is no sign of green there whatsoever. But that's a YaY moment. Now that could be a Kiki, but that could be the stem branching, in which case I'll get a new flower bud. I mean, the plant's quite unhappy, but nonetheless it is pushing out a nice new growth at the moment, and it has grown some roots over the last sort of season. But I'm pretty sure the top of this spike is lost. But as a consequence of that, it could be branching. They are capable of branching and producing a new lead for the blooms, but they are also capable of producing Kiki, so we'll have to wait and see. I do not want a Kiki. I really don't. I just want that bloom spike to continue, and then I can trim it, and this one will become the lead. So we'll have to wait and see, but that was a real surprise, and that certainly wasn't there last time I watered it. So that's come out quite quickly. Nice one. So hopefully it's an extension or a branch on the bloom spike. See you next time. Thought I'd add this bit on the end. Still thinking about the Growlights, but this place takes on a whole new aspect when first of all the roof shadings come off, so there's just the opaque polycarbonate and the layer of bubble wrap to try and keep some of the heat in the winter. That just stays there year round. The faff of putting it up and taking it down is not on, so it just lives there now. I did do the whole grow room once. I had to take everything out, put the bubble wrap on, cut it all to size, faff, and then put all the plants back in. And a couple of months later I had to take it all down again, so that's never happening. The glass is actually double glazed units, and for the extra pennies it costs to keep the heat at the level I want, even though some of it escapes, it's not worth the faff. So no insulation apart from the roof. The roof's the important bit, I suppose. Hot air rises and all that stuff, so helps hold it in place. But now all these plants are out of the way and I can see, I've had an idea. If I take this rack here and move it back to sort of there, like that, because obviously the Vanda spikes won't be there forever, that would give me a rack that when I actually get the light up here, the second light, they'd be right in the line of fire. So an ideal place for the higher light mounted orchids is across there. And then I thought, well, if I do it there, why can't I do it here too? Yeah? So that's the idea at the moment, is instead of having this rack going that way, swing it round. Yeah? So that I'll have a layer of plants there facing the light, and then I mean, I've got some spare racks at the moment, so you know, the idea might be to hang one off the door. You can see two hooks on the door where I used to have a hanging rack there, and it went away when the really long cane dendrobiums started getting up in that corner. And quite honestly, the light they got once that shade netting comes off in the winter was plenty good enough last year. So I don't need everything under the lights, if you see what I mean. So some of the longer cane dendrobiums can still go in this area here. But getting one of these racks across here, facing the light, and because it's high up, it's not going to interrupt the light getting to these shelves, and do the same here, because at the moment, if I put a light up there, which is the plan, that's too close. That's right in the line of fire, and being that close, it's going to cast a shadow. Yeah, so that's going to stop some of the light getting to the vandas and things. So by moving that back, it'll be in a better position to accept the light and not block the light getting to this area here. So that's the plan. It's not going to get done today. I've nearly had enough today. I don't know why, it's just one of those days where everything's tedious. It's become a chore. I've had to do the mounts today. They're a day overdue, and they're the last thing that need leaving dry for any length of time. I mean, still growing season yet. But I did all my cooler growers, and I've done all the mounts, and then tomorrow I can do the rest of the pots at a leisurely pace, shall we say. Yeah, so that's my idea, to take advantage of the lights. And things like the Tolumnias can go on there. They're very small mounts. They don't dangle down too much, and providing the rack's as close to the roof as I can get it, I can get a lot of small mounts on that, what will be the rack across there. And if they don't hang down too much, I'm not blocking the light into this area. So I think that's going to work, and that nearly solves all the problems, just turning the racks round the other way. So job done. But, well, not actually done, but thought about. The thinking about it's the hardest bit. Getting on and doing it's no big deal. It's just a matter of working out how to hold one of these racks up without having a wooden beam to fix the hooks to, because there is no wooden beam here. So I'm going to have to attach a wire from that beam to the edge of the grow room and pull it really, really tight, so that the rack is as high as possible. But that's doable, that's not a problem. And it's the same over this side. You know, if I'm going to have a rack back here, there's nothing to put the hooks into, so I'll have to go on a wire. But I've got strong wire, and yeah, I think that's solved most of the problems actually. Yeah, nice one. So you see things differently when the plants are moved. You know, all the mounts are down at the moment. All over the blinking place, dripping all over me floor. So yeah, that's a thought. That should work, and it'll be over here. These two racks will be for small mounts, not ones that hang too low down, because obviously they'll get in the way of the plants on the top shelf. So yeah, some careful placements, but I think that'll do the job, and that'll allow the light to get down through this area and help with the vandas in the winter. So, yeah. Well, I'm glad I got all the mounts down now. See you next time.